What's happening, my fellow quarantine people? Hope you're having a fantastic December so far. Except for those guys at that drive-in rave. You know who you are. Cue that poorly drawn intro, and let's do this thing. Ayo, and welcome to another episode of Drew's News Live, the stupidest show on YouTube, breaking down dining, robotics, entertainment, world, and sports news all within 420 seconds. 7 minutes. No dilly-dallying today, let's get straight into dining news. In dining news, instead of breaking down California's COVID restrictions for the third episode in a row, I'm going to talk to you about the hard-hitting stuff, mainly how the dining restrictions are affecting restaurant businesses. Well, at least in some areas. Look, I only have like a page of script to work with, so I can't go all 60 minutes on you. And plus, new restrictions started yesterday since y'all keep not taking the virus seriously. According to NBC and the new California regional health orders, if ICU availability drops below 15% in the Southern California region, in-person dining is banned. Done. Restricted. No more. Anyone want to guess where Southern California's is at now? Anyone? At 13.1% as of Friday, and recorded on Saturday, it fell a further 0.6%, triggering those new stay-at-home orders Gavin Newsom was talking about in his live stream. Don't go outside for the safety of others, but go outside if it's for your mental and physical health. Oh, and wear a mask. And while you can't go outside and dine with your friends, understand the people serving you the food are in a much worse position, both now and since the virus started, than you. That's not to say relief isn't trying to be provided for them. However, in order for some of these places to get any aid or to stay afloat financially, in terms of wages, business expenses, etc., there's a lot of factors. They'll have to start firing employees. So yeah, imagine getting fired right before the holidays. Mr. Wise of Rare Society in University Heights alone, he's just one example. Okay, just one example of an owner who said he'd have to cut his staff of 200 to less than 20 because his restaurant just can't withstand another dining closure. All the sources will be in the description below. In robotics and tech news, let's talk about Hyundai Motor Group and Kia in North America being in the news for downplaying an engine problem. Over the years, owners of some certain vehicles, which I'll get into in a bit, began reporting their car's engine would just catch on fire. Well, driving at least. So the Center for Auto Safety was like, cars aren't supposed to do that. And then told the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, you gotta see what's happening. And they did, beginning in 2019, when it said at that time, vehicle owners filed more than 3,000 complaints involving fires, including over 100 injuries and 1 death, according to Fox 13. Fast forward to November 27, 2020, and according to a press release from the NHTSA relating to both automakers announcing consent orders, quote, the consent orders reflect the agency's assessment that both Hyundai and Kia conduct untimely recalls for over 1.6 million vehicles equipped with Theta 2 engines, and inaccurately reported certain information to NHTSA regarding the recalls. Basically, both companies apparently knew about the problem, and like Seth Rogen in This Is the End, tried to fix that problem with duct tape. According to the same press release, both companies will pay penalties including civil settlements up to $210 million. According to The Truth About Cars, Hyundai recently recalled around 129,000 vehicles, including the 2015-16 Veloster, 2012 Santa Fe, 2011, 12, and 13 Sonata Hybrid, and some 2016 Sonata Hybrid models due to, quote, it suggested that the connecting rod bearings inside the engines may wear prematurely and lead to failures, including but not limited to your engine going up in flames. According to Fox 13 News, Kia is also recalling almost 300,000 vehicles in the US because the engines can stall or catch fire. Kia's recalls include their 2012 Sportage SUVs,
2012 and 13 Sorento SUVs, 2012 through 15 Forte and Forte Coupes, 2011 through 2013 Optima hybrid cars, and 2014 and 15 Soul SUVs.
In entertainment news, Donald Trump's personal lawyer and person he secretly wishes he was related to, God, I wish that guy was my uncle, or my dad, or my brother, Rudy Giuliani, has tested positive for COVID-19 and is undergoing treatment or just being watched at Georgetown University Medical Center, according to the New York Times. While I'm not saying COVID is entertainment news, it was pretty funny and entertaining how the world found out Giuliani had coronavirus through a dang Trump tweet.
At Rudy Giuliani, by far the greatest man in the history of NYC, and who has been working tirelessly exposing the most corrupt election by far in the history of the USA, has tested positive for the China virus. Get better soon, Rudy. We will carry on.
Nothing like a little racism from your client to let everyone know you tested positive for COVID. Get well soon, Rudy. We need you for the memes. Also in entertainment news, the Monster Hunter movie is being pulled from theaters in China after an offensive slur was discovered in one of the scenes. No, I don't know what the actual word is, and no, it's not China virus. Or it could be. According to IGN, the scene in question is said to be a dumb, punny exchange between two characters which lasts only 10 seconds. However, patriotic local viewers say the joke insults China, with the situation apparently made worse through translation. Despite some showings, cinemas were then said to have received notices informing them not to show the original film anymore, as a new version of the movie is in the works. However, that movie is said to be halted for now. Also, Biden is now set to get briefings from the Pentagon, which is for sure going to piss off Pentagon Chief of Staff Kash Patel, who wants no part in the Biden transition. In world news, let's head over to India and talk about what's going on with farmers and protests and why farmers are protesting. Essentially, it is over growing laws put in place by the Indian government and Prime Minister Narendra Modi back in September, which threatens small farms. Boom, world news over, let's move on. Just kidding. Andrew, what are these new rules? Who, when, put them in place, and how? Alright, well, I told you who put them in place, but as for what these rules are, according to Al Jazeera, 3 laws were passed in September which, quote, aims to deregulate India's enormous agriculture sector. The rules kind of stack on one another, so we'll start with the first one, which says it makes it easier for farmers to bypass mandis so they can sell their produce directly to private companies or buyers. Once in contact with the private company, now we move on to Rule 2, which allows farmers to enter into contracts with private companies and sell their produce across state lines. The final regulation put in place now allows farmers to be able to hoard food, which was a criminal offense previously. So why is any of this a problem? Well, farmers have some genuine concerns, writes Al Jazeera. Look, I know what you're thinking. Andrew, they just need to move their product better. Look, not every farm is a Chiquita banana or Del Monte fruit level operation. In fact, in India, where farming is like the #1 job there, most farmers have less than 5 acres to work with, meaning they don't have a lot of negotiating power when talking with big corporations. So basically, farmers are protesting the regulations because not only do they have them at the mercy of huge corporations, but farmers just fear they won't get the prices needed for their products when negotiating in order to survive and put food on their own tables. Oh, and I haven't even mentioned how farmers began burning their crop fields in protest or marching on New Delhi, but yep, that's why that's all happening. In sports news, let's start with the walking meme known as my Chargers, who put up 0, nada, zilch, all against the Patriots in LA, losing 45-0. But that wasn't even the most shocking thing that happened over the weekend. Well, losing every Sunday has become a bit of an expectation. But I'm talking about that exhibition announced with Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. and YouTube star Logan Paul scheduled for next February. Why? Money, I assume. Why Mayweather and Paul? Eyeballs, I guess. Views. For the views. You can switch the answers. Yeah. Wow, I can't wait till this channel gets big and I can fight whoever I want. Maybe I can fight that guy who cut me off on my way to COVID test that one time. That's right, buddy. I haven't forgotten that crappy night sky BMW with tinted windows. You lunatic on wheels. It's 9 a.m. Where are you in such a hurry to go in Norco? You gotta cut people off like you're avoiding the Grand Theft Auto police. Sorry, that's been building it for a while. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, celebrity boxing. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Andrew Alonso. Monday, or Tuesday, means a brand new podcast breaking down last week's headlines in simple, satirical ways. And more tweets on Twitter, so be sure to follow me on both SoundCloud and The Bird. Like me and subscribe to let me know I'm doing a good job and that I should never go back to my day job. Please. That's pretty much all I got. I got some mango tahini popsicles in the freezer, so I'll see y'all next time.